As soon as Hazrat Umar was attacked, he fell to the ground. The attacker Firaz fled from the mosque, but the Muslims captured him. Firaz then slit his own throat with the same dagger. The Muslims carried Hazrat Umar to his home, but as soon as he was given dates, milk and water, his wounds began to bleed profusely. Seeing this, Hazrat Umar's doctor told him, "O Amir al-Mu'minin, remember Allah." Why? Because now it is impossible for you to survive. When Hazrat Umar heard the news of his impending death, he began to ponder who would be the new caliph, the greatest superpower in the world, to oppose the Muslims. Hazrat Umar called his ministers, generals, and prominent companions to consult on the matter of the third Caliph of Islam. They all gathered to give their opinions, and the first person to offer his view to Hazrat Umar was an individual who said,
"O Amir al-Mu'minin, you are such a great Caliph of the world, and it is the tradition of the world that after every great king, his son becomes the king.
So after you, make your son Abdullah bin Umar the new Caliph of the Muslims."
Hearing this, Hazrat Umar looked at him and said, "May Allah destroy you. I regret that in my entire life, I never wanted the caliphate to remain under the control of one family."
As it happened with the Roman and Persian empires. Why? Because Hazrat Umar did not want the Muslim caliphate to become like the empires of Rome and Persia, ruled by a single dynasty. When Hazrat Umar distanced his son from the caliphate, the people of Medina were astonished, wondering who Hazrat Umar would nominate as the caliph.
Finally, Hazrat Umar called his son and told him, "Write that after me, only 6 people are capable of becoming the caliph of the Muslims."
These 6 are not ordinary people. They are linked to the 10 individuals whom the Prophet, peace be upon him, gave the glad tidings of paradise in his lifetime, known as the Ashara Mubashara, the 10 promised paradise. However, the issue was that among these 10 companions, Hazrat Umar himself was one. 2 had already passed away, and 7 were still alive. So Hazrat Umar nominated 6 of these 7 for the caliphate, leaving one out because his name was Sa'id bin Zayd, who was Hazrat Umar's cousin and from his tribe. This meant Hazrat Umar did not want the caliphate to come under the control of one family, even if it was his own. Additionally, Hazrat Umar issued an order that his son, Abdullah bin Umar, should also be included in the decision-making process for the caliphate, but not be made the caliph of the Muslims. Before his death, Hazrat Umar had given clear orders to the Muslims that after his burial, these 6 companions should be confined in a house in Medina, so that they can decide on the caliph, and after that, they will have only 3 days to decide among themselves who will be the third caliph of the Muslims. Additionally, 50 people with swords should stand outside that house to protect them. Hazrat Umar also ensured that none of these 6 people would meet with their tribes during the selection process so that no one could influence their decision. They were to decide freely. Finally, Hazrat Umar issued his last order. When these 6 companions choose one among them as the caliph, everyone must accept that decision. Whoever does not accept it will have their head cut off. Thus, Hazrat Umar established the system of elections for Muslims before history, not just for Muslims, but for the world, as it was one of the first elections in the world. After this, Hazrat Umar gave his final advice to the new caliph. Always fear Allah, protect the immigrants and the Ansar, helpers of Medina, and never let the caliphate fall into the hands of non-Muslims as you do for your Muslim brothers. Also, never let the people of your family ride over the necks of Muslims. As per Hazrat Umar's orders, these 6 companions gathered in a house in Medina to decide on the third Caliph of Islam. If we look closely at the lives of these 6, 3 were military generals during Hazrat Umar's time, and the other 3 were civilians. When the voting began, the 3 military companions excluded themselves from the caliphate race and gave their votes to the 3 civilian companions. Among them, Zubair bin Awam gave his vote to Hazrat Ali, Talha bin Ubaidullah gave his vote to Usman, and Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas gave his vote to Abdul Rahman bin Auf. Thus, only 3 names remained for the caliphate: Abdul Rahman bin Auf, Usman, and Ali. Seeing this, Abdul Rahman bin Auf said, "Look, I also do not want to become the caliph of the Muslims." After this, only 2 names remained for the caliphate: Usman and Ali. At that time, Usman bin Affan was almost 70 years old, while Hazrat Ali was only 45 years old, meaning Usman was about 25 years older than Hazrat Ali. The decision of who would be the Caliph of the Muslims was now in the hands of Abdul Rahman bin Auf, as he held the deciding vote. Before making the decision, Abdul Rahman bin Auf went to the prominent companions of Medina and asked for their opinions. He also consulted the commanders of the Muslim army and the women of Medina. He even went to the youth and young boys of Medina to ask who should be the new Caliph of Islam. After consulting everyone, Abdul Rahman bin Auf confirmed that in the entire Arab world, neither Hazrat Usman nor Hazrat Ali had more claim to the caliphate. However, after talking to all these people, Abdul Rahman bin Auf noted that among the Arab populace, Hazrat Usman was slightly more popular than Hazrat Ali. This was because Hazrat Usman was not only a companion, but also one of the wealthiest men in the caliphate, known for his generosity and support for the Muslims, which made him highly favored among the Arab people. Additionally, Hazrat Umar, in his 10 years of caliphate, had been a very strict caliph and had established strict rules. However, it was known about Hazrat Usman that, unlike Hazrat Umar, he was a soft-hearted person. As for Hazrat Ali, everyone knew he would be a strict caliph like Hazrat Umar. Seeing this, Abdul Rahman bin Auf went to Hazrat Usman and asked, "What is your opinion? If you were in my place, who would you make the caliph?" Hazrat Usman replied, "I would make Ali bin Abi Talib the caliph of the Muslims." Similarly, Abdul Rahman bin Auf went to Hazrat Ali and asked the same question, to which Hazrat Ali said, "I would make Usman the caliph of the Muslims." After 3 days, all the Muslims of Medina gathered in Masjid Nabawi for the Fajr prayer, waiting to know who would be the new caliph of the Muslims. It is said that so many people gathered in the mosque that day, that even Hazrat Usman could not find a place to sit and had to sit at the very back of the mosque in silence, waiting for the announcement of the third caliph. Abdul Rahman bin Auf stood before everyone and after a long supplication, called Hazrat Ali to his side, held his hand, and asked, "Ali, will you follow the path of Allah, His Messenger, and Umar?" Hazrat Ali replied, "I will do as much as I can, to the best of my ability." After this, Abdul Rahman bin Auf called Hazrat Usman, held his hand, and asked the same question. Hazrat Usman replied, "By the oath of Allah, I will do so." Finally, Abdul Rahman bin Auf raised his hands to the sky and said, "O Allah, the responsibility of the caliphate that you placed upon me, I now place upon Usman, and he will be the new caliph of the Muslims." Hearing this, Hazrat Ali was the first to pledge allegiance to Hazrat Usman. Following this, all the people in the mosque came to Hazrat Usman and pledged their allegiance to him.